Alright, what's up guys? Today we have more stuff to unbox. I also have an announcement to make. So basically I'm going to switch to uploading once a week. I know it's a little sporadic right now, so sometimes we get 2 videos a week, sometimes 3, sometimes none for a week or 2. My days off are Wednesday and weekend, so what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to just record on Wednesday, open up the video on Wednesday, and do my stuff on the weekend, and then make a release Monday or Tuesday. So 1 longer video per week, at least 10 minutes long, hopefully, every video. Gonna do that for a little bit and see how that format plays out. Yeah, so that's pretty much gonna be it for that announcement. Just gonna upload a weekly. Try that out for a little bit. But other than that, we have some new parts in. These are the gaskets for the 2JZ, or they're supposed to be. So let's see, this is labeled from Drift Motion. Yep. So Drift Motion. Going to go ahead and open these up and see what we get. Okay, so we have new flywheel bolts, or flex plate bolts. Had to order 8 of these. New rear main seal. Just gonna go ahead and change mine to be safe. And then got the new valve cover gaskets, and what's nice about these is these include the little crush washers too. So gotta go get the damn tongue tied. Got new valve cover gaskets. So one of mine is leaking, so we are gonna go ahead and replace those. Got some cool bubble wrap. And yeah, so my crank was leaking oil from the flywheel flex plate bolts on the back. For the longest time I thought it was a rear main seal, but since we have the transmission and stuff apart now anyway, we're going to go ahead and change this out just as insurance, because it's going to be a motherfucker to change it out once we get the transmission bolted back up. And you saw my other ones, these stripped these out whenever they backed out, so some good parts to make the motor good and reliable again. We got Cuck Boy McGee out here playing Pokemon. Alright, so what we're doing, dirt daubers have gotten to my valve covers, which is fine because they got to come off anyway because we have new gaskets. So we're going to have to loosen this bolt on the harness, undo these vacuum hoses for crankcase pressure, and then pull these things off. We're going to go ahead and touch them up with a little bit of wrinkle black paint as well, and then put in the new gaskets. Alright, got the valve covers laid down and cleaned up. So we're going to go ahead and spray them with a quick coat of this. We got some wrinkle black VHT. This is what I sprayed them with the first time. But in pulling the motor, they got a little scratched up. So time to just touch them up a little bit. Alright, gave them a quick little coat. No. JD's dying over there on Pokemon. Alright, got a quick little coat on here. Going to let that dry. And then gonna go ahead and probably put the new gaskets on and slap this stuff back together. I don't want to leave this out because it's cast iron. I don't want it to rust. So gonna go ahead and wait a little bit for these to dry. We're gonna put the new gaskets on, and then I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the old bolts with the new little washers that these things come with. Yeah. Okay, I'll let all the bolts for this soak in some degreaser. And so now we're going to go ahead and pick these up and put the new gaskets in them. Had to pick up a drink. Got one of these Rockstar energy drinks. These zero sugar, creatine, and no calorie drinks that have been coming out lately are pretty good. Like, you got the Bang energy drinks, and now Coke has the Reign energy drinks. The Reign was not that good, but the Bang energy drinks are really good. Plus, they got those new diet monsters that have no calories and no sugar and stuff like that. But anyways, got this one, strawberry kiwi. We are gonna go ahead and go out to the house and take a look at everything we got. All right, what's up, guys? Today we are back, and so we are working on the AC compressor now. My AC compressor came in. We are anxious to see if it's the right one. I just cut open the box. I haven't even looked inside of it yet, but got this from AutoZone. Has a lifetime warranty. It was $459, but I got a really good deal on it. So the only thing is, we're not sure if it's the right one. It pulled up that it was for the IS300, but the picture was different. Now, it could just be using a stock picture, so it may not even have a picture of the IS300 compressor. I'm not really sure, but we will see. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this thing up and see what we got. Okay, this is the correct compressor. It has the high port and the low port right there, as it's right here and then here on this one. This is already broke, so that's why it's not covered up like that. But this one is we're gonna keep the block plates on this one until it's actually installed in the car. We're just gonna go ahead and put it on. So what we're gonna have to do today is we're gonna take the belt off, and I think the power steering pump has to come off as well to do this, but that's pretty easy, especially while it's out of the car like this. Shouldn't take more than 30 minutes or so to do once I get started. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get the tools out, get ready, and start working on this, and see how long it takes to get this thing on, or at least get the old one off. Well, that was a pain in the ass. Thought I could just take the compressor off without having to take the power steering pump off, but you have to take off the bracket right there that holds the power steering pump and the compressor together, and this bolt right here, so that way you can swivel the compressor up and down. Because there's a long stud right there that the compressor itself slides onto, and it is a pain in the ass to try and take this thing off on that stud with it still like having to slip through this bracket right here. It's a pain in the ass. But anyway, we got the old one off. We're gonna go ahead and put the new one on now. All right, it's Saturday. We're gonna go ahead and bring the hoist back in, take the motor off the stand, and then as soon as we take the motor off the stand, we're gonna replace the rear main seal and get it paired up to the transmission today. That is our goals for today. And then next time we are going to change the front belt, the drive belt, whatever, and the spark plugs. And then it should be ready to go in pretty much from that point. So we're gonna go ahead and get all this done right now. Okay, we got the motor off the stand and on the ground, transmission down here next to it. Me and the bum are about to go to AutoZone to get some Loctite. And probably go ahead and change the rear main seal and bolt the flywheel up. So, what do you think, JD?
Turn that off.
Okay, so we got the new flex plate bolts, the drive spacers for the flex plate, new used flex plate, rear main seal, and some Loctite. And so we're gonna go ahead and change the rear main out, put these spacers on, and put the flywheel or the flex plate on, and then go ahead and connect this thing up. What about it, old man?
He's gonna get it done.
Okay, so it was kind of a pain in the ass to get the old one out, but we have it out, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in the new one. It's kind of strange looking. All right, so got the new rear main seal in. It was a pain in the ass. Had to basically be pressed in from all sides pretty evenly. So I had to get the dude to help me. And so yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and Loctite these bolts and put this flywheel in there. So we have two spacers. These come with these motors. So the thick one goes between the crankshaft and the plate. And then the one that's like, the thinner one is beveled to a certain degree. The beveling goes on the thin side, the rounded side goes toward the motor, and the flat side out. So, yeah. All right, got the flex plate on, bolts Loctited, and bolts in place. So we gotta be good to go on, and no more tremendously bad things happening, catastrophic failure and whatnot. So now I guess we're gonna go ahead and put the transmission back on this thing. Okay, got the transmission on, bolted up, and everything. So that's gonna do it pretty much for this video. Like I said, switching to once a week uploads now instead of just sporadically here and there. What we gotta do next is we gotta get a belt, spark plugs, oil filter, and oil. And we're gonna paint this engine cover, and then I gotta order some transmission lines. And after that, it'll be ready to go back in the car, and we should have it fired up pretty soon. So hopefully the next 2 to 3 weeks we'll have it up and going again if everything goes to schedule. Within the month for sure it should just be, you know, ready to go. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like on the video, it really helps. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more. Tell JD in the comments he's a bum. And then other than that, have a good one.